Skitty! Yo, what up? It's your boy. I got a very special guest with me. You go ahead and introduce yourself, brother.
Hey man, thanks for having me on first and foremost, man. And before I introduce myself, man, I want to say how I discovered you. So I caught you on Afi Kingdom's channel. So shout out Afi. I think
Shout
I
out,
saw
Alfie.
you on his show, and I instantly knew because I'm a great judge of talent, great judge of talent in men and women both.
Uh-huh.
That I said this dude is a natural. He's a natural. Now he's young yet. He got some shit to work on. Obviously, we all do. But this dude is a natural. I know when I'm hearing from somebody that just doesn't have it. There's that it factor when it comes to dating. There's that it factor when it comes to business. You know when you're with somebody who has it. You can't explain it. You can't even try to explain it. It's just there. It's just
Yeah.
there. It's indescribable. So when I saw you and I looked in your eyes, bro, and I heard you talking, I said, "This young man has it." So I just wanted you to know that, and I can't say that for a lot of people.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. For
Yeah, yeah,
real.
yeah, no doubt. So I'm Coach EO, man, Mr. Champion Game. I have a YouTube channel. I talk about a lot of different topics. Dating and relationships is one of them. How to be a man is my primary focus. How to be a man. Now I am catering some of my messages to women these days because I do see women suffering. Women do not know what they're doing out here in the game. They think it's just their looks. Let me get pretty and that's it. That is
Yeah.
the starting point, really.
Hmm.
So women need game. I want to put women on game. I want to put men on game. So I have a website, teamchampiongame.com. You can learn more about me. That's kind of something I would say towards the end. But I just released a book. This book, again, it's like a spiritual take on life. Okay, and life is all encompassing. So it's dating, relationships. It's your individual self first and foremost. So it's learning how to be authentic before you go and deal with women, before you go and deal with money. Now, you may not always do it before. You could do it simultaneously. But this book teaches you to crack social conditioning also. This book is very much on social constructs, how we've all been conformed by society to be a certain way, which is causing a lot of depression, anxiety,
Right.
suicide, poor quality relationships with self and others. So this book is about that. It's about becoming the purest version of you, whether you're a man or a woman. If a woman picks up this book, she's gonna feel it. If a man picks up this book, he's gonna feel it. All I will tell you is that this is not about techniques, strategies, manipulation. This is about being pure to the game. So it's called
Okay.
Cut the Bullshit, a guide to living as your authentic self. So
Cut the bullshit.
cut the bullshit, man.
Title too, man. That's one hell of a title.
Cheers.
So it's pretty interesting what you said. And shout out to everybody in here. I see Jack, SNO, I am who I am. Sound like you got it. It look like you got a good amount of your audience in here. I definitely be
Yeah, I did do a quick community post to tell them to come in and subscribe. Hey, if I tell you a dude is it, you just trust me.
Yeah.
just trust me. Trust me.
So you said something interesting in the book, and I want to kind of go a little deeper into that. You said that it's basically a spiritual type book. Now, you know, different books, some of them are mainly information, and then you have other books that tell a story.
Yeah.
Would you say it's more of a story type book, or is it more of like an informative, like kind of like a how-to type book?
Both. It is both. It feels like a story, but again, I tried to tell it in a way that people could go, damn, I just went through that. Or damn, I'm going through that. Or damn, that did happen to me. Damn, I've been thinking about this for a long time and I never really knew how to define it, how to express it. So I'm giving people that freedom. You know, sometimes you don't have good enough examples in history to come forth with your truth.
Yeah.
Everybody's bullshitting. So you're afraid to be authentic because everybody bullshit and you know that. So I'm giving people the opportunity to come forth with their authenticity and to be comfortable coming forth with their truth. Because that champion can never come out if you keep lying to yourself, you keep lying to others. So the champion can't come out. The champion is there in each and every person, but it's dormant. Sometimes my mission with this book is to show you, hey, I was a piece of shit too. I dogged a lot of people out. I got dogged out. That's how I got game. I never had anybody teach me my game. It was called, yo, get your fucking ass out there and learn how to do it. So that's how I did it. You know, I went down a lot of streets that was a dead end. I'm like, oh shit, went down another motherfucking street that there's no future down. Guess I gotta go back. And then you do that enough times, hopefully you get enough lessons and you get enough wisdom and game out of it. So that's where I was at. So I put 40 years of my life into this book. It's not everything because I didn't want to bombard. I didn't want it to be thickened pages. I wanted it to be substance of truth that you can absorb and leverage and use almost immediately. So this is going to teach you how to overcome anxiety, depression. Hey, if you got suicidal thoughts, I'm going to tell you possible reasons as to why that is. If you're always depressed, always down, always critical of yourself, if you're always rejecting yourself and you always get rejected by the world, there's a reason why that is, which I talk about. I talk about how to get into dating, how to get into dating as a masculine man or a woman or a confident, secure, ambitious woman, how to go into dating, how not to go into it. Talk about marriage. I talk about spirituality. I talk a little bit about religion. I talk about prayer. I talk about it all, baby. So, yeah, man. So that's it.
No, yeah, that's something you said important too, because typically people will say read the Bible if they're into the religion and stuff like that. Now, it's kind of a drag to read a whole Bible. So typically they'll say, okay, read Proverbs, read this part. Which chapter would you say, if anyone was on the fence, which chapter is your favorite for the book that you would send someone straight to?
I don't reference any specific religion in this book. I make that clear that I don't subscribe to any one religion. So I don't reference the Bible at all. Well, in terms of referencing a psalm or a piece of scripture, or like you said, a proverb, I don't reference it in any way. So I really don't. I think I mentioned the 10 Commandments. As a matter of fact, I know I do. I mentioned the 10 Commandments briefly. Mm-hmm. But this book is about getting people to think for themselves. Okay, so I'm not going to be talking all day long about the experiences of another, nor even my own experiences. I'm going to get you to think, perhaps for the first time, for yourself, so you can decide what is God to you. Who are you? Who are you in this world? What are you here to do? I don't even want to paint your purpose for you. I want to maybe introduce you to your greatness, and then you find your purpose.
Right.
So I don't really reference anyone religion because I don't subscribe to anyone religion. I respect religion though. I really do.
Mm-hmm. So basically, like, how many chapters are in the book?
17, I believe. 17, yeah.
Okay, so from chapter 1 to 17. Now, of course, when you're reading a book, you would want to start from the beginning so that you can build the story. But if there was one chapter that you would say out of all 17, which one is your favorite? Like, which one would you?
Okay. There's a few. So that's a tough question because some of them make me smile. Okay, and some of them don't make me smile, but I still feel something different from them. Probably Hitting the Wall. I have a chapter titled Hitting the Wall. And it's not what you think. It's not about women losing their value and they wasted their time and they rode the cock carousel too long and now they're fucked. It's not about that. So Hitting the Wall is a big one. Hitting the Wall.
Okay. All right. I remember.
And personality. I talk about personality disorder, and we all experience it, whether we know it or not or willing to admit it. We all have personality disorders, and how to manage that. Because if you don't know how to manage it, one, you'll be inauthentic, which I've been because I've let certain personalities that I developed over time. Once they we develop personalities depending on what trauma we're trying to overcome or what we're trying to accomplish. So you heard the saying, fake it until you make it. Well, sometimes you become something that you're not while you're faking it until you make it. Now that's fine. But once you get there and you're actually making it, now you can actually say, I've become this and I don't need that persona anymore. But sometimes you carry the persona on and on and on, and then you keep growing other personas.
Yeah.
Like, and now you just you got fucking 20 voices in your head telling you what to do. And that's
Okay.
going to drive your ass crazy. So I
Yeah.
talk about that in the book. So personality is a big one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, Alpha Kingdom. Shout out to Alpha.
Yeah.
Man.
Shout out to Alfie. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, he didn't put everybody on everybody. So shout out to my boy Alfie.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, at work with the kids, had the view, open up a tab and show respect. Congrats on the book, EO. That's a big accomplishment. Players get on your mind, or players get your I got mine. Okay, so he's saying he got the book. Okay, it's get it. Shout
Okay.
out,
Yeah. Yeah.
shout out.
Appreciate it. Appreciate that, man. Take care of them children, bro. Take care of them children.
For real. So,
Yeah.
so it's a lot of men that watch our channels. Although we do help in general, it's just people trying to get better in life. How important would you say having a clear direction in life is?
It's very important, but it's unrealistic at times for me to say, "Yo, you're 20. You need to have a clear direction, bro. You ain't even lived yet. You don't even know who you are yet." So I try to be mindful, like, "Yo, this man or this woman's got to live a little bit more." Okay, living is the best teacher. Experience is the best teacher. You can hear from Mr. Man in action, but if you don't connect with his experience, you ain't gonna do shit. I can tell you about what I've done, but if you ain't feeling that, you ain't gonna do shit. So what I do is I try to introduce people to what I think their talent is. That doesn't mean that is their talent, but that it could be their talent. So I might say, "What do you do best?" I think I heard there was a pastor that actually said this. He said, "Your purpose in life is potentially," I'm adding that part, is potentially what you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort. So think about what you're really, really good at. That could be your purpose, but keep in mind, it could be your purpose for a year. It could be your purpose for 2 years. And then you're going to transition to a different purpose. So don't get so stuck on any one thing. Experience it. Set a goal, of course. Like if you say, like if Mr. Man in Action says, "I'm going to run a business of coaching men, and I'm going to do one-on-one coaching, Patreon, YouTube channel, the whole shebang. I'm going to do this for 3 years." Then do that shit for 3 years and don't stop. I don't care if you get 3 views, 30 views, 3,000 views, 30,000 views. Keep doing that shit for 3 years. Grind. Keep your eyes focused straight ahead. Everything congruent. And do that shit. And then by the time you get to the 3-year mark, you could decide, do I want to continue with this, or am I done with this and am I on to the next thing? So that's what I would tell people about their purpose, being disciplined, and it's gonna change. And keep in mind, young people, y'all don't know shit. I don't mean to tell you that, but even me, there's things I'm learning each day as a 40-year-old man. I'm learning new things about myself. I'm shedding things that I thought would stay with me forever, and I'm shedding those things. I'm saying, "Hey, I can no longer carry that. That's too heavy for me now. That worked for me at 35. It don't work for me at 40." So, thank you for what you helped me do, and I gotta go now. So that's how I would answer that, bro. If you're gonna commit yourself to something, give yourself a healthy time frame. Make sure it's realistic. Don't go off and set goals that your life isn't set up in a way to accomplish that goal. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a bunch of school, you got a bunch of shit going on. Don't put too much on your plate then. One thing at a time, tackle one thing. Even me, let me say this to you, bro. I don't even care about the book right now. When I was creating the book, I was focused, very into it, passionate about it. The second Amazon gave me the email, "Your book is ready," I don't even care about it no more.
Done. Yeah.
I don't even care about. I don't even really want to talk about it, but I will talk about it because you have to. But truth be told, I'm done. Let that go into society, and any person that touches that book, it is my hope and wish that it helps improve your life. But I'm done with it, bro. I'm done.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Now, okay, I definitely like what you said there. That makes a lot of sense. Now, would you give the advice of someone to go ahead and act on what you want to do, or would you say calculate that shit T by T before you get into it? Because sometimes people can just go ahead, do it, boom, and see what happens after that. And you got people that can calculate the whole thing. It may not work that way, or it may work that way. Which one would you say, act or calculate?
Great question. Both. You're going to have to do both, because you could calculate and you'll be calculating forever. You'll be waiting on the perfect time to feel right. You know, you'd be like, oh, it don't feel right yet. I got a good friend of mine right now who should have been producing music 10 years ago. Easy for me to say. I shouldn't say should. He should be.
Yeah.
I feel he could have started earlier. But who am I to say that? Who am I to say that? However, I do see a little scarcity in him. Like, oh, it's not. I'm just not there yet. I'm just not there yet.
Yeah.
That's fine. But sometimes that's just fear talking. You just got to go out there and put it out there, man. Look at AMS. I just want to mention him for a second. Mm-hmm. That dude just said, fuck this, man. I'm about to give my opinion on this shit. He pulled out his black phone and started talking. Look at the man now. I don't feel he calculated some big ass, scheme. Like, hey, we're going to hit a board and shit. Like, hey, we're going to do this. We're going to do that Tuesday. Like, nah, it wasn't even like that. That shit happened organically and the time was right. There is a time for planning, yes. But a lot of it is just try something, man. Just try it. See, a lot of guys are afraid to fail. Mm-hmm. They're afraid of the reaction of people, family, friends, society. That's what stops you, man. You got to be fearless in the midst of a transition.
That makes a lot of sense. And the thing is, guys, you got to remember, it's never really going to be a perfect time for anything. If we want to be technical, there's not a perfect time for me and EO to collab. It's never a perfect time for Alfie to do the panels. It's never a perfect time to start anything. So go ahead and start it at some point. Because like you said, if you overcalculate it, you'll be thinking, oh, man, when is it the perfect time to make a video for anybody, for any content creator?
There's no perfect time for anything, bro. Like, there is no such thing as a perfect time. It's just what you do. Man, I'll never forget this, man. Alfie's seen this movie. It's called Unfaithful. It's called Unfaithful. And you got to be really secure to watch this movie. I do recommend that every man watches the movie Unfaithful, okay? It's where the woman is unfaithful, all right? It's where the woman is. Usually it's the man cheating. This is where the woman is cheating, all right? And the guy she was cheating with, basically put a line on her, which is very true, but he was also seducing her at the same time. Mm-hmm. She was trying to move away from being intimate with him. And he said, there's just two things. It's what you do and what you don't do. It's as simple as that. It's what you do and what you don't do. Yeah. So that's what it is. You want to start a business? What you waiting for, man? I mean, it's about the experience anyway. You got to have experience. I could tell already that you've made a lot of approaches in your life to women, that you've made some cash, that you've dealt with some older folks. You don't just sit around with young people all day. I think there's some young people in your life, but you've been exposed to older people. I get that feeling from you.
For sure.
So, that's what I would say. No perfect time. You got to do it.
For anything, really. Because keep in mind, guys, like everybody has the same 24. So if you got a Coach EO, if you got a Jeff Bezos, if you got an AMS, we all had that same 24. It's just a matter of what you do with it.
Yep.
That's really what it's going to come down to.
Facts.
So more on the business tip. Would you say it's important to have multiple business, and let's get a little deeper with that, multiple business online or multiple business in person? Like, would you say multiple business is necessary or just having one can do what you need to do?
I think you need to start with one. You need to master something, okay? Mm-hmm. You got to get a skill set down, get some experience. I always say, in order to be a boss, you have to work for a boss. You can't just jump into being a boss.
For real, yeah.
And a lot of young cats want to do that. They're like, I want to be a boss right now. Yeah, you have no experience. Mm-hmm. So take your time and learn under someone who is doing it and doing it extremely well. So whether that be a year, like I said, you got to build the time frame for yourself. I'm going to work for Coach EO for 12 months. And I'm going to tell Coach EO, I'm working for you for 12 months. I'm here to provide value to you, at the same time get experience from you. I'll be here 12 months. Now, at that point, I decide, do I want an employee for 12 months or do I want an employee for 36 months? I got to decide that. Yeah. But if we're on the same page and I go, cool, all I really need is someone for 12 months. Then I will give that young man or young woman some game for 12 months. They will provide for me. I have a chapter called Value for Value in my book. Ain't nobody doing nothing for you for free out here.
For real.
So if you want to be a benefit to someone, look how you could be a benefit to them. And that's the part that no one wants to do. I want to get women and I don't want to do nothing to get them. I don't want to approach them. I want to sit back. I don't want to seduce them. I don't want to put them on game. I don't want to educate them. I want all this for nothing. And that's not how the world works.
At all.
So I would tell you, master one thing at a time. Master one thing at a time. Then once you get enough confidence and your skill set is there,
Yeah.
then you can call the shots and say, okay, we're going to do this in this area. We're going to do that because you've gotten the experience to do it. So slow down a little bit, get the experience, master that skill set, then start taking on more projects.
That makes hella sense.
Yeah.
Hella sense. Now, what would you say is the definition of a CEO? Not like the dictionary, but what would you say as a boss? What is that definition? Like, what role do you play?
Well, for one, it depends. I mean, you could be the CEO. You're the CEO of your household. So how your household looks. So you're CEO of that. You're the CEO of your neighborhood, the neighborhood you live in, and you know the house, your lawn. You're the CEO of your lawn. If your lawn hasn't been cut in 2-3 weeks, now your neighbors are like, this lazy motherfucker making my house look bad. Exactly. So you're the CEO of everything. You're the CEO of your health. Do you go to the doctor annually to get a checkup? I mean, you're the CEO of every single thing. So I think sometimes people think CEO, you know, this is about money. No, this is about the man. This is about the lifestyle. This is about every intricacy of your life. So CEO is every single thing, everything, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, how you treat the world at large. It can't just be about you. It's got to be about everybody. Not everybody like total strangers, although I've had some fantastic conversations with total strangers, homeless people. Yeah. So CEO is you positively impact each person that you encounter.
It makes a lot of sense, man. Yeah. For sure. And so, and we'll touch on business a little more, just life in general.
Yeah.
As a population, as this world, with this pandemic, do you think it has helped people or hurt people more?
I had this conversation with Talleyrand. You know TTG?
I don't think I heard.
Okay, yeah. I talked to him today for a good amount of time. As a matter of fact, I told him, I said, man, I'm tired from talking to you. So I said, I got to do an interview later, man. I will tell you something real quick. As you get older, you got to, really younger too, but you'll notice that when you get older, you got to conserve your energy. You can't just be talking to people all day long. Like there's got to be a good reason why I'm talking to you. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say when you talk to women too, I'll get to that, your question. Have a good reason why you're talking to her. Don't have a mission, a purpose, an objective as to why you're talking to her. To sit there and just shoot the shit with a woman, for one, she's losing respect for you. Because she like, damn, this dude don't even value his time. A woman will think, I don't value my time, and I got this loser to not value his time. So that's one thing. But I've benefited from this situation because, number one, I was already away from the world. See, I say be in the world when necessary, but make sure you make time to be away from the world. Okay? So I go into the world when it's time. I don't just go into the world for nothing. Like, I mean, like, you know, if I don't have a desire to go out into the world unless I have a specific reason as to why I'm going out there. All right. So meanwhile, people that are lost or sleeping, they have to be in the world because that's a distraction. That's a distraction from self. So whereas me, I love my alone time. I absolutely treasure my solitude and my peace by myself. There's a time to engage. There's a time to be extroverted. But there's also a time to not do that. Which actually makes it more enjoyable when you do that. So if I go see Mr. Man in action in November, it will be a treat because I don't be seeing people like that. I don't go see people like just for recreation. I see it. There's either got to be money exchange here, sex exchange here, wisdom exchange here. I am not going to see you for nothing. And I promise you, I'm not coming to you with nothing. I'm not coming to you with nothing. I'll find out what's important to you and make sure I deliver that to you. That's that value for value I talked about. But I would say, you know what, man, how I would answer it is I've benefited from it because I was already living a certain lifestyle conducive to COVID-19 conditions. I wasn't wearing a mask, but I was already doing these things. You know, I was social conditioning on purpose, so to speak. Yeah. And
that's my whole thing with it, bro. If you didn't find any way to build your hustle, build your motivation, build yourself spiritually or anything like that during this COVID, then you needed this more than you think.
Yeah.
Stop looking at anything that happens as bad. This can be beneficial for a lot of people, and it has been. We've seen it.
Man, I made I was able to negotiate deals during this time where I had money put away in funds and shit like that. That
Uh-huh.
I made phone calls and I negotiated getting that money out with very, very limited penalties. So I used my game and my mouthpiece to get all my money out of these places that I put money into.
Facts. It's
So,
important.
it just matters what you do, bro. I'm sitting over here happy, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Now we know this is a huge, huge thing. Like I actually was talking to this dude earlier today. He's like, "Man, I'm focused on my purpose, purpose over pleasure. I'm grinding." And I kind of think, if people were just talking about purpose, they probably wouldn't gravitate to their channel as much as they do. We know men want women. So basically, I put it like this: would you say purpose, women, or both?
Hey, I don't know if you watched. I got a system. I got my own system. And it goes in this order: peace, purpose, pussy.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it is.
Three P's.
You got to be in a peaceful state to have creative ideas to start a business or to get into your purpose. Okay. Then once you're in that place, you will automatically connect with women and they'll be like, there's something different about this man. He is calm. He is true to himself. He doesn't necessarily need me. He wants me, but he don't need me. I can tell by the way he lives, he don't need me. But if you go, you know what? I don't have peace. I don't have pussy. So maybe purpose is the thing. It's not going to work. It's got to be peaceful state of mind, which then equates to creative ideas, authentic ideas, true ideas, where actually your talents come out, your true gifts and abilities come out. Then you start putting that into action. Then here comes the pussy. So it's peace, purpose, pussy, bro.
And that's how it works, man. Every single
Yeah.
time, that's how it works. I mean, and I feel like some of these guys they use that purpose thing as an excuse. You know
It
what I
is.
mean? Oh, I'm on my purpose. I'm on my purpose. It's like, bro, I understand. I am too. But do you not know that if you have a mouthpiece, if you know how to talk to people, women can help you with your purpose. Guys
Facts.
can believe that. They think they're just smash dolls, and that's not the case.
And if you're operating from that kind of system, you'll meet women who you could help her with her purpose too. Why does it always gotta be about your damn purpose? I mean, yes, your purpose is important, yes, but let's stop being so damn selfish because there's some women out here that have a great purpose too and help them get to their purpose. Simultaneously, they help you get to yours.
Yep.
So that's a healthy way to interact with women. So, yeah.
So, what would you say? What would you say your thoughts on money? Like, what do you define as money?
Money is very important. Because it allows you to evolve. You can't travel, you can't learn about new cultures, you can't expand a business. You don't want to have money problems. Okay, in my opinion, you want to take care of your credit. You wanna save. You want to invest. You don't want money problems. Okay, I'll be the first one to tell you that money doesn't make me. Money is a tool that I use to create me. Okay, so that's actually that would be a good T-shirt or some shit. So money doesn't make me who I am, but I use money as a tool to create who I am and to create opportunities for myself and other people. So money is very important. I'll be the first one to tell you that to me, money is important.
Yeah,
It is.
necessary. In this world we live in now, guys, like
Yeah.
money isn't everything. Yeah, it's not, but it's super necessary.
Yes.
To get stuff done.
Yeah.
And also,
Especially when you earned it.
yeah,
If you earned your money and it came from your game, your mind, your wisdom, your effort, your confidence, your discipline. If you earn your money, man, you a bad motherfucker if you earn your money. I mean, if you know I made that shit happen. I made that deal happen. I made all this happen. You're going to have a tremendous amount of confidence. It's not that it's the money that gave you the confidence. It was what went on in your mind first, then was brought into reality, and then naturally it brought you an income.
yeah, the whole journey.
Yeah.
Now, when speaking on women, and of course, we're talking about the current 2020 going forward type women. Which do you think is more important to them? Would you say love or attention?
Women get love through attention. So they're both equally important. A woman cannot feel love, even if it isn't real love. See, women think attention, they kind of think it as love. They're like, okay, this feels like love because he's giving me attention. And he might the whole time be manipulating your ass.
Yeah.
So she may not even know. In her mind, she lacks game. So she's running on emotions. So she'll think, oh, I get all this attention. That must mean I'm valuable. No, it doesn't mean that. It could mean that from the right person. But most of the time, a high value woman anyway is not going to need your attention anyway. She may need limited attention. And high value people look to give you attention. So they're not always looking to receive attention. They're looking to give attention. I've noticed that about high value people. That if you're dealing with a true high value person, they're great. They're generous. They're very generous.
Yeah.
So I would say it's both, but it's a misunderstanding on the woman's part, and it's going to lead her down a very, very uncomfortable path if she doesn't realize what she's doing. If she doesn't become more conscious of herself and the game.
Well, that's real talk, man. And even thinking about it, when you're speaking on men meeting people, not just women, because we always try to think just women, people in general, would you say it's more important to like show your assertiveness, your alphaness, or to actually just be a gentleman?
Are you speaking to women or people in general?
Well, let's just say women, because I'm pretty sure.
So you cut out a little bit right there. I want to make sure I got the question right. You said should you demonstrate alpha qualities?
Yeah, like should you demonstrate like more of a confidence, assertiveness type quality, or a gentleman when first meeting a woman?
I say you could be both simultaneously. You could be a gentleman and cocky at the same time. Meaning you could pull a woman's chair out for her, gentleman, and then say something very slick and cocky and sensual to her in her ear when you sit her down. Yeah. So you could actually do both at the same time. You don't have to be just one thing. You can be the gentleman, the lover, the side dude, the fucking plumber. Like I role play with my girl, man. Like I burglarized the house the other day and fucked the shit out of her in front of her husband. I role played with her, man. And she played along. She was all scared and shit, because she's following my lead, man. So you can be everything you want to be in this life. You only got one shot. You might as well experiment with, I'm not saying with everything, but I'm saying within reason. Yeah. You could be the gentleman, the alpha, the lover, the provider, the leader. You could be the boss. You could be everything all at once.
Yeah. And I always say just adjust accordingly. That's why it's always good to get somebody else's opinion on these types of things.
Yeah.
These are questions that people may ask me at times, and I'm like, it all depends, bro. Like, if you're dealing with a ratchet hood chick, you're going to have a certain demeanor about you. But if you're dealing with, like, a super, super preppy type girl, all that hood shit, you got to know when and where to do it. You know who you're dealing with.
Yeah. It's important to be able to make adjustments on the fly. But you can't do that if you just keep doing one thing.
Exactly.
I could go to the hood right now and be fine because I grew up there. Or I can go to a 5-star restaurant, 5-star hotel, some big event, and put a tuxedo on, and I'm running that room too.
Exactly.
So
like you belong there.
Yeah.
Facts. Now, have you ever been in love before?
Only with a cat.
Okay.
Now, my cat who passed away, that I was deeply in love with this cat. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I feel love for people, yes. I feel love for people, but being in love, no.
Okay. So, which one would you say is more important to you, money or love?
I wouldn't have to choose necessarily. I wouldn't want to choose, but if I had to choose. Okay, so check this out. Let me say this.
Okay.
In my book, I have a section that talks about what love is. It's titled What is Love? And in that chapter, I say you are now hearing from my soul. Okay. You're not hearing from my ego. You're hearing from my soul what love is. Now, love is something that is given freely. Love has no expectations. Love doesn't require certain things to be a certain way. Love is absolutely free. That is what love is soulfully. So if you're asking my soul what love is, the answer is love.
Okay.
If you're asking me in the world right now, money.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I live in two worlds at one time. So I will activate the ego to go get money. I will then come back to my soul and put my ego away to then love.
Mm.
So I use both. I can't choose one or the other because they're both important to me. So I will use Coach EO to go get money. I will come back to me that has no name and love.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, man.
Yeah.
A lot of sense. Like and in a sense, I like the way you broke that down because I know some people they'll say money, and the reason they'll say money is because at the end of the day, let's say you do love a woman, she can lose her love for you and she can leave. Ben Frank is gonna be right here the next morning. But see, I think that's the importance, and I know you touched on this in your video. It's a time and a place for everything, and the
Right.
balance of life is so important. You
Yes.
can't just neglect one or say one over the other. They all are beneficial at certain points of your
Yes.
life.
Yes.
So that makes a lot of sense.
That was a great question, by the way.
Yeah, appreciate
Yeah.
that, man.
Mhm. Yeah.
Speaking more back on women, how would you properly check a woman? You know they're gonna get out of line at some point. How do you properly do it?
There's a few different ways you could do it. Sometimes a look is enough.
Mm.
Sometimes a look, if a woman gets used to your look, you look at her a certain way. If she knows where you're at right now, she'll be quiet. All right. Now, first, don't deal with women. Every woman you got to check. There's not a woman on the planet you ain't going to be. Every woman. All right. So, but the goal is to know thyself so much that you would only choose a woman that you would have to check on a limited basis.
Mm.
It's your fault if your girl has to constantly be checked. You chose the wrong woman.
That.
So every woman you got to check, but make sure you pick a woman that you would have to check on a very limited basis and that she is responsive to your checking, meaning she almost wants you to do it.
Mm.
Now, don't be with a woman that goes, you can't check me and this and that. You chose the wrong woman, bro.
Yeah.
So the truth is, know who you are, know what you want,
Mm-hmm.
choose accordingly. Every woman's got to be checked, including your mama.
Yeah.
So the goal is be with people and be with a woman that requires very limited checking, and that when you have to do it, she's responsive to it, and almost she needed that from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at some point they want y'all to. It's
Yeah.
not no
Yeah.
type of fetish or no crazy thing like that, but they just want to make sure you're still who you say you are. You're still who you present yourself to be.
Yeah.
Just be like letting this slide, because even before, you know how you see the women breaking guys' windows and bleaching their clothes.
Yeah.
So it was so many signs before that happened.
Yes.
And
Yes.
you let it happen. You know
See
what I mean?
that? See, that's why you got it, bro. Because how old are you?
I'm 26.
Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah. It wasn't like that specific event just happened.
Exactly.
No, she been hoeing your ass for a long time. She,
Yeah.
she been mistreating you, disrespecting you, which you allowed, and you probably mistreated her too. You didn't know how to manage her.
Uh-huh.
You didn't know how to ground her. You didn't know how to round her out and balance her out.
Yeah.
So you just got two dogs untrained together in a room all day. So that's really what happened. So when things run amok, it happened because there was no stability, which should begin with the man first.
Mm.
Should begin with the man. The woman has her responsibility, though,
Yeah.
to do her work also prior to meeting you and while with you. She has to do her individual work. But the man should also have done that and chose accordingly and is leading her throughout this entire process.
Right. Throughout the whole process. Now, I know you do use this term, and it's really good term. I never heard it before. It's called champion game.
Yeah.
Now, let's say a guy, he wants to have that champion game. He wants to understand what that is. What personality traits would you say is necessary? And for men and women, would you say is necessary to have champion game? What
Integrity comes to mind right away. Just integrity, man. If you're going to be a person that says you're going to do something, do it. Is it always possible? Yes, it can be possible. It can be. As long as you don't put too much on your plate, The objective is don't put so much on your plate that you eventually have to disappoint somebody. So be moderate about what you accept. Like if somebody offers you something, make sure you can do it. You know what I'm saying? So don't be like, yeah, man, I'll do that shit. And then when the shit comes, you're like, oh, fuck, I got to do this shit. Let me come up with an excuse. So that's when you lose your champion mindset, champion-esque, so to speak. So it's just be a man or a woman of your word. That I would say start there. I don't want to give them too many things. Yes, integrity. Yes, discipline is huge. Cutting addictions. You can't be no champion smoking cigarettes. You can't be no champion drinking alcohol all the time and smoking weed. I'm sorry. If that upsets you, sorry. That's my opinion.
Right.
We all have little things that we use to cope. I get it. Hey, sometimes I take a sleeping pill at night. If I work too hard, I'm like, give me a melatonin or give me some, a Tylenol PM real quick just to put my mind away for a minute. So that is still a coping mechanism, but it's all about how you manage it. But it doesn't control me though. I can stop it at any time. I don't have to drink, although I used to be a binge drinker. And I knew if I'm ever going to be educating men or women on how to be great, how to be a champion, I got to stop the drinking, man. So that's not to say I don't ever have a celebratory toast or a drink, but you could ask anybody that deals with me, my girl, I don't drink like that. I don't go to bars. I don't put myself in those environments. I will tell you that I did it so much that if I continued it, it was going to kill me. So if it was, do I want to live, brother? Do I want to live? I mean, because a lot of people think, hey, man, I don't have any problems right now. It ain't really affecting me yet. I'm cool. Not until you get in that car accident. Not until you get that DUI. Or not until your liver starts hurting you. And then you go in to the doctor and they say, okay, you got stage 3 cancer of the liver. Now you want to go cry about it. Don't let it get to that point. Create better habits, more habits that are conducive to a champion lifestyle where you're healthy, man. So you can go the long term. That doesn't mean you're going to go the long term because your life can end at any moment. Right. But you still want to plan for it.
Yeah.
So
you don't want to end it yourself,
Yes.
And yeah, man, I'm really fucking with these answers. I'm gonna have to watch everybody who's watching this now. Appreciate y'all for liking the video. Make sure if you guys are watching this on the playback, y'all subscribe to Coach EO. Y'all make sure y'all purchase the book. Everything is in the link below. Shout out to S&O. Shout out to everybody in here, man. Y'all really supporting the stream.
Yes.
So we're gonna touch on a few more, and of course, if you guys got any questions in the chat, y'all can ask them. But let's get into relationships because so many guys they act like they're so against it. When in reality, I'm pretty sure most of y'all want a relationship, especially if you've never had one before. What would you say is the male role and the female role of a relationship?
It's all going to depend on the individual because each situation is different. Like you might have a dude that is running a successful company. Now he needs a woman that's going to, partner with him on that. He'll say, listen, I want your role to be this. I want you to file paperwork. I want you to send out emails. This is what I need you to do. She also has to want to do it. Yeah. She has to want to do it. You can't force a broad to do anything. She'll resent you for that shit, man. And she'll cheat on you in the background because she's unhappy. Yeah. So you got to find a woman that wants to be this with you. That's the key part, man. It's like you got to know what you're doing. You got to know why you're doing it. Then you got to go out there and choose a woman who is qualified and who desires to be in that situation with you. Not by force, but by desire. So that's what it comes down to, bro. Too many men are trying to force a woman to do shit. You can never, ever. Trust me, a woman has too much game anyway. Even if she'll pretend she's doing it, she's already forming her escape plan.
She's scheming, yeah.
Yeah, she's scheming right now. You got to make sure that your wife, your girlfriend, your employees, your friends are happy and rewarded to deal with you. And they naturally don't want to leave you. Because she's like, damn, man, when I'm with Mr. Man in action, man, he rewards me. He fucks me right. He talks to me right. He helps me with stress. He's a great, he gives me good game. Yeah. He speaks to me on how to handle adversities at work or with my family. Like, this is the man in my life. Yeah. And then as a result, she rewards you with feminine behavior. So that's the role, man. Masculinity, femininity. But you got to know what it means to be a man.
Exactly.
And she's got to know what it means to be a feminine woman.
Mm.
That's delicate. That speaks softly. That knows, and that both people have to not be selfish either. Like if I'm about to go give a speech, I can't have no woman telling me that she's upset over something. Like she gotta tell me, she gotta know this motherfucker gotta go out here and jam right now. Like, did you eat, baby? Do you need me to suck your dick right quick? What do you need? Like, even if she needs something from me, I don't know about the look in her eyes. She needs something from me.
Yeah.
So when I'm done off stage, I'll go take care of my girl. But she's gotta know, like, don't fuck with him right now. Women don't know that. Women don't know that. It's all about me. Hey, I want to feel better right now. I want to feel better right now. Hey, sometimes you got to feel like shit for another person just for a minute. And then if he knows you anyway, if he knows what's going on, he should know. Man, I could look at my girl and tell you what's wrong with her.
Yeah.
I don't even need her to tell me.
She's like, it's nothing, it's nothing. It's like, nah, I know it's something.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, on the phone without even FaceTiming, it's something wrong.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
out.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's those things. It's self-awareness and awareness to what the other person requires.
Man. All right. So this is your first book, correct? This is your first official book?
Yeah, this is my first book. 2 more next year.
Okay, 2 more next year. That was the question that you have.
Yeah, 2 more next year. Yep.
Coming up. Okay, so I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it. You know, it's been a real good interview, man. I really appreciate you. I want to ask this though, before I guess we completely get off of this. What would you say are you most proudest of in your life?
You remember when I said that I created the book and now it's over?
Mm-hmm.
Everything was important to me. Everything. Being bullied at times. I got jumped many times in high school. I got stole on at a urinal several times, you know, going taking a piss. Some motherfucker stole on me in the back. Yeah. I've been in many fights where I fucked people up. Mm-hmm. I truly treasure everything. There is nothing that is greater or less than the other. Like everything has created the man that's on this platform with you right now. So there's nothing that I pedestalize. Mm-hmm. Even the book. I was gonna do that. I was gonna do that.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't need to sit here and talk about it all day. I mean, I will market it naturally because if you're running a business, part of that is marketing. Uh-huh. Also, I want people to get their hands on this book because I truly believe in this book. Like, this book is gonna be crucial for humanity. I truly mean that, bro. But in terms of, you know, do I pedestalize any one thing? No. Okay. Everything was important at that time.
Yeah, life in general.
Yep.
For sure. Well, yeah, man, and you know, keep in mind, this book is going to last way longer than this interview, than when you released it. It's going to, you know, I mean, you know how.
Of course.
So you're doing something amazing that's going to hold a legacy.
Yes,
you know, Alfie, AMS, anybody who does anything, whether it's a video, whether it's a book, keep in mind, guys, this is for longevity. What it does this month compared to what it does in 2034, who knows?
Yeah, that book will be around when I'm dead, bro.
Yeah, it's way deeper than right now.
I got friends, bro, that I've never met before that I consider friends. Like Alan Watts. He's a philosopher that died, I think he died in the 80s, maybe late 70s. But I still listen to his work. And I consider him a good friend of mine because he has helped me through some situations. You know, a lot of spiritual teachers. Rocky Balboa, the fictional character for that movie. That character helped me become the man I am. So I find joy and love and friendship everywhere.
Thanks.
So, yeah.
Thanks, man. Well, hey, man, I just dropped a link up in there. Make sure y'all click on those links in the description below. Check out EO channel. It's a lot of quality content. I've learned a ton from this dude. He uploads them there very frequently. You know what I mean? Check out the book. And yeah, did you have any more final words before we get up out of here?
No, man, just you keep up the good work. Remember, bro, you got that if factor. I don't give away that compliment for nothing. I only say it when I mean it. You got it. Just continue to do your thing. And thank you for having me on the platform and giving me the opportunity to talk about the book and my mission in life. And
All right.
so it's my honor and privilege to give you and your audience this game, and any of my people that see this, you know who I am. So come over to Coach EO Champion Game, subscribe. I'm on Instagram, Coach EO _ Champion Game. That's where you get to see a little bit extra stuff. Again, I do coaching, one-on-one coaching. That's where the magic really happens, is during one-on-one coaching, because I can really dig in with you, dissect some of your perspectives, and pivot you in a new direction and give you hope maybe for the first time. And then, so that's where it happens. You can email me at everettoverton@mail.com, not Gmail, but mail.com, if you ever want to hire me to be your coach.
For sure. All right, man. We out of here.